when talking about the other world, it seems like Silent Hill is again conjuring up your deepest fears and also your sins. And we've seen it from 1 to 3, or at least from 1 to 3. They have different teams, not to mention other entities or other players, sorry, characters within the game might also have a different version of their Silent Hill, or sorry, different version of their other world. In Harry Mason's part, we see it like something rotting, I believe. Also kind of reddish. When it comes to James, it's a bit rusty and old, like it's already collapsing. And when it comes to Heather Mason or Cheryl or
Yeah.
whatever on Silent Hill 3, it's totally like a hell world full of blood and guts.
Hmm.
What do you think is the reason for this one?
Well, it goes back to what I was saying before. There are two sides
Mm,
of the unconscious mind, which is what I believe the other world represents. It's just another name for the same basic concept. There's the
mm,
personal and there's the collective. The collective unconscious, as the aforementioned psychoanalysts interpreted it, is sort of this repository for psychic images
mm,
that all human beings are connected to. And those images, they personalize themselves when they come to you. So when you enter Silent Hill, it's like you're entering the collective unconscious. But the way you experience the collective unconscious uh, is that the images inside the collective unconscious, they sort of mold themselves to you. And they do that by going through to the personal unconscious and personalizing the other worlds to your experience. It's again, it's very technical and it takes a lot of time. Unless you watch my videos where I break it down very carefully, it takes a
mm.
lot of years of studying psychoanalysis to be able to
Research.
wrap your head around this. But yeah, that's the reason why everything seems very personal. And then sometimes if you happen to encounter another character, sometimes those personal contents will cross over with each other, but the way that you perceive them won't necessarily be the same way that other people perceive them. And you see this particularly with Angela and James in
Angela,
Silent
yep.
Hill 2, in two circumstances. One, when, well, actually, no, sorry, just one circumstance off the top of my head. When you see the monster known as the Abstract Daddy,
Abstract
it's
Daddy.
yeah
Yep.
in the room where you have all those cylinders sort of coming in and out of the walls.
Mm,
Uh, I imagine that what Angela sees is very different from what James sees, because James he doesn't have any understanding of what happened to Angela with her and her dad. So, but that entity is still there, and James has to uh, make sense of it in the only the way that he can. So, what you
mm.
see is that twisted form. Whereas I imagine if you were seeing it through Angela's eyes, it would be something more akin to just something looking like her dad, right? So it's just the way that um, your personal mind interprets a decaying world around you. Yeah, so that's the best explanation I can sort of offer off the top of my head.